today I'm going to show you how to make dilly carrots. So I have my jar. This needs to be sterilized. You can do this either by boiling it in water for 10 minutes or by putting it in the oven at 200 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes. So I've already done that. What I'm going to do in the bottom of the jar is get my 3 garlic cloves, get them out and just kind of crush them, get the papery skins off. You'll see right here I have my compost bowl, so I can put all these scraps into the compost. The garlic gives it a real nice flavor. Now, I'm just going to chop these up a little bit. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. And into the jar. Then over here I have some dill flowers, fresh from the garden. Perfect use for shot glasses if you're not a drinker, to keep your herbs fresh till you're ready to use them. We'll go ahead and put those in the jar. And then next I have carrots. Just regular carrots. You don't want to use baby carrots as they've been treated with chlorine, an antimicrobial, and since this is a fermented meal, we want the microbes. I have a scrub brush. I've already cleaned these just with water in the sink. Now I'm just going to chop them and cut them up into carrot sticks. Now, depending on the size of your carrots, it's going to depend on how many are going to fill up this jar. I went ahead and washed 6, but I'm not sure. These are so big, I'm not sure I'm going to need all of them to fill this jar. Some recipes might say to peel the carrots, but I've read in multiple places that most vitamin contents of fruits and veggies are actually right under the peel. So you're losing all that nutrition if you peel it away. I'm going to start packing the carrot sticks into the jar. Make room on my cutting board. Now, if you have kids, like me, they like to help put stuff into the jars. I've done this before with different color carrots, and it makes it kind of a fun change to just orange. Carrots come in white and yellow and pink and purple and red if you know where to look, or if you grow your own. I got these at my farmer's market. The carrots in my garden right now are just starting to grow, so not big enough to eat. Cut out 5 of the carrots, and I'm going to just keep packing them into the jar. Oops. this is just a regular canning jar. So for fermented stuff, since we're not canning it, you can probably recycle any other glass jar that you've bought stuff in, or just go get some canning jars. And what we're doing towards the top is I'm packing them all across one way, and then I made some carrots long enough to go across the other way to hold everything under the liquid we're going to put in. So you don't want air on these, or else you're going to end up with mold, and that is definitely not what you want. A few extra carrots. I also have these, they're like giant toothpicks you use for hors d'oeuvres. You can also place these across your jar, like so, to help hold things down. Now before I put the liquid in, I'm going to just take a regular Sharpie and put the date on here. Today is May 5th. And I always like to put a positive word of some sort on there. And today I chose love. I'm going to make these with love. Now we have two choices for our liquid. Most of it's going to be water. I'm going to add salt, but then I'm going to add fresh whey. Well, this isn't really fresh, it's a couple months old, but it keeps for months in the fridge. This is what was left after making Greek yogurt from scratch. So I had a starter culture, so this has some, basically a starter culture in it. So you're going to put a tablespoon of this in, and a tablespoon of salt. But if you don't have whey, if you don't make your own Greek yogurt, you can buy starter cultures from various places. And for these, you would just follow the instructions on the box. These happen to be from Dr. Mercola's website, and basically just dissolve this in some water and then pour over your veggies. But since I have the whey, I'm just going to dissolve my salt into some water. I have about 1.5 cups of water. So about a tablespoon of salt. Now I'll get my tablespoon of whey. Just put that directly into the jar. And dissolve my salt a little bit better into this water. I like using sea salt or Himalayan pink salt for all the extra minerals. It's not bleached, and it doesn't have the anti-caking stuff that your regular standard white table salt does. 1.5 cups of water worked out perfectly. You can see the water's covering. Just going to get that little floaty out. So now I have a paper coffee filter. I'm just going to place that over the top with a rubber band. This will keep the mold out as well as any bugs, but it still allows for air movement. If you put a tight lid on, it could explode the jar, so it needs to be able to breathe. So a coffee filter works out great, or a tight weave cloth. Now I'm just going to set this on a shelf out of direct sunlight and check back on it in about 3 days to 5 days. Alright, we've left the dilly carrots out on the countertop with their cover on. I've checked it every couple days to make sure there were no floaties on the top. There's a little bit of this foamy stuff on the top, but that's not harmful, that's not mold. Obviously if you've got mold, you're going to smell it, and you're not going to want to eat that batch, and you're going to want to find a better cover for your carrots next time. So I just scoop this stuff out. Take the toothpick out. Now you can see the carrots are more pliable. but they're still crunchy. They have a nice sour flavor, and they're ready to eat. One thing that I forgot to mention while I was making the recipe is when you add the water, you want to be sure that it's not chlorinated water, because chlorine's an antimicrobial, and fermented recipes need the microbes to work. So you can, if all you have access to is chlorinated tap water, you can boil it and cool it to room temperature first, or use a water filter. Well, I hope you like this tutorial on dilly carrots. Let me know what you think in the comments. Be sure to subscribe below, sign up for my emails to get my weekly blog, and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Have a great day.